So we start this journey in Birmingham Airport, where we track off to get our bag checked in. Now, get asked quite a bit about this as a dart player. Yes, you have to put your darts in the bag compartment. You can't put them in hand luggage before hopping off to get, well, a naff airport breakfast. Now, if you're anything like most British people are, what we decide to do is we have our breakfast at the airport, so it gives us something to do, but also pay about twice the price of it before going around the airport, checking our pockets to see if we've got our passport every sort of 2 minutes, just in case it's fell out along the way. But to get there nice and early, we got there on the Thursday, a couple of days beforehand, and it was an opportunity to go around and see some of the sites. We met Gudni, who is a local Icelandic dart player, owns a dart shop, who took us around and shown us some of the sites. Was really appreciative of him, really good tour guide for us on the day, and it was a bank holiday and he sacrificed that to take us round to see these amazing sites. So big thank you to Gudni if you're watching this one. We went and saw this Geister, I think it's called. The boat ride was warned before we went out, said it is 1.5 to 2 metre waves. I thought there's nothing to do, that'll be fine. Look at my hair blowing around out in there, and that's got gel in it. And I nearly lost my shorts, so I was flying around like a flag. It was rough seas. I felt sick. It was about 3 hours, 2 hours in, I'd had enough. We went whale watching. Didn't see a single whale. And this is just as we're going out. It actually gets a lot worse than this and a lot more rough. The sights was nice. We saw some puffins, but no whales. You see the mountains and everything in the back. It's nice, but the waves are starting to get a little bit rough. And at the point where they stop the boat as well to try and spot things, that gets a little bit rough and a bit choppy. So didn't enjoy that. But then next day, back for a few more sites. I see this rainbow popping up a lot on Instagram, and also we went to the very top of this church to get some sort of sights looking over the top of Reykjavik. Really nice sort of city, very picturesque. Was mentioned about getting to the venue nice and early, but I think this might have been a little bit too early. Mervyn King would have been proud of me on this situation. The tables and chairs hadn't even been put down properly yet after they were stacked up on the tables ready for the cleaners to go around. But you can see an amazing venue here with plenty of practice boards, all with Scolia systems, not that they was used on the tournament, but really good venue. 42 boards I believe it was all around the venue with Scolias and good lighting, and I got straight onto the practice board to get myself ready for the tournament, which you can see when it was filled up was actually quite a good atmosphere in there, quite a good ambience. Everyone just so keen for the darts over there in Iceland. But it was the start of the day for me, and I was off with a bit of marking duties. That's based on the position of the play, and then the loser stays on to mark. I started off with a victory here on the streaming board. It was an okay game. I averaged about the 80 mark. My first game back after about a year here against Victor. I was happy with that. Someone I would run into again later on in the weekend. But I then went on into the second round, or the third round, because I didn't have to play the first one, and I played a guy called Bjorn Lijon, who actually became a bit of a story for me throughout the weekend. I lost to him on the Saturday. I do later on play him, which you'll find on later on in this vlog, that actually we meet again a bit later on in the weekend. But that was it, a short-lived day on the Saturday, just the 2 matches. I had to mark the next game after losing to Bjorn 4-2, and then when I went sort of for a bit of a wander around Iceland to try and contemplate, think, reflect on the day, and I had a little wander down the seafront whilst doing that. So Sunday for the Masters, it was a round robin stage, so plenty of games, always something to do, and I was in the morning session, which meant I had a bit of a wait to play the evening, so plenty of time to sit around having a chat and meet some great people over in Iceland. Everyone was so welcoming and the hospitality was fantastic. I would say the Sunday probably felt a little bit long at times because of the round robin, where the Saturday is probably the closest thing I've seen to a PDC experience outside of the PDC. But it was the Sunday that I had a good run, went through the group stage and then started to pick it up a little bit in the knockout stages, was timing things and doing things at the right moments. And as you'll see here, it was another game against Bjorn Lijon. However, this time it was in the final. The final, which I won, which got me a title over in Iceland. It was a lot of pressure going over there. I was put on the posters and all the sort of social media side of it, and this is a feeling that I honestly didn't know if I'd be feeling again, what it's like to be winning a title. I did send a text message out, like I put on my Twitter, at about 11:30 when I sex a good friend of mine and said, I don't know if I can do it, and I can't even feel the dart in my hand. I was struggling even with feeling a dart, never mind throwing a good dart. But throughout the day it sort of got better, and I managed to go through to pick up one of these trophies which I was shown at the actual start of it, and I was like, I really want one of those. They are so nice. A big dart and also a lava rock, so the actual trophy made out of, well, lava from Iceland. Really, really nice trophy that is going to be proudly on display. Matthew Malone, special shout out to him, beat me in the group stage. He was the only player on the day to beat me, and then he just had to come up and get a photo with it at the end. And also nice to see Goodney come back as well to support for the final. But there's the trophy, the Iceland Masters trophy there with the rock. You may notice as well that this is a little bit of a different setup. Maybe the sound doesn't sound as good, the picture doesn't look as good, there's no things. There's going to be no end screen on the end. Laptop got broke on the journey, so I've got no recording equipment at the moment, so I've got to go out and purchase all that again now, because one thing I do want to do is I do want to do more of these sort of video diaries. I want to do more events traveling in Europe as well. One thing this has done, it's qualified me now for the Windmill World Masters, which is something I'm going to look forward to taking part in later on this year, which I'm guessing is going to be in Asan again. But I'm already looking at the calendar to see where I can go to bring you guys a bit of a look at what it's like out there in the world of darts, what these opens are like, how they vary from country to country. But the other thing that I've got is this. The big dart that I said that I really wanted to get. It's really lovely inscripted and engraved here. 2023 Iceland Masters, all the sponsors and everything on there. Now what this is for me is this is a symbol, but a symbol of perseverance. Now I mentioned in that I was struggling to even feel the dart. You may notice I haven't played for a while if you've missed that story. I've been suffering originally with a wrist injury, which then caused nerve damage into the arm. And what that did is it basically wasn't allowing me to have strength in the hand. I had no grip strength, and then on the ulnar rotation, I think they called it, when I had that, it caused an entrapment, which meant I couldn't really throw the darts very well. I was losing power and dropping them low. I didn't know if I'd be able to play properly again. Very encouraging to go over and pick up a title after nearly a year out. I'm not ready yet. I know I'm not. I wasn't 100%, but very, very encouraging signs that I can pick up a WDF ranking title when still feeling like that. So for me, it's more treatment. I will be going to the Super Series this week as well, and I will be going to more events, taking over the cameras and filming some other bits as well. So really, really encouraging trip. But I guess the first thing for me is I need to get onto Amazon and eBay and order a load more new equipment, because I've lost it all as part of that trip. But we will be back up to speed hopefully here on Edgar TV very soon. Hope you have enjoyed this look at what it was like at the Iceland Masters. If you are looking forward to more sort of vlogs like this, please do hit the subscribe button and also hit the like on this one, and I'll catch you soon, hopefully very soon, for some more Edgar TV.